Hi, welcome to Pastor Charlie's Toolbox. Good to have you back again. This week, something that's been on our minds has been it's had a lot to do with the COVID-19 virus, because for a lot of us it means we're stuck at home, home or our garage. And so we've been finding ways, I'm sure, to do things to do. Maybe we read a book, or to watch some movies, or play some games, or if you're kids, you find new ways to torment your parents, just to see what will happen. Interesting times. As far as I go, I decided to get inventive this week and try out something I wanted to do, to make something new and something that will benefit the whole world. And so, this week, I invented the Bidirectional Chainsaw. Hey? Most chainsaws, they're hindered by what they can do. They can only cut with one blade at a time. So, with this baby, what you can do is you can cut down 2 trees at a time if you want. Or if you're cutting firewood, you can set some up in front of you and behind you, and you can cut here and cut there. Pretty good, eh? Oh, and if you're making a trail through the bush, well, you take this baby and you use it like one of those space movie lightsabers, and you just go like this and this and this and this. It's a great idea. But I get the feeling that a lot of you are shaking your heads over this idea of mine. And, well, maybe you have good reason to do so, because while you may have a lot of faith in me as a pastor, you may not have all that much faith or trust in me much as a mechanical engineering genius. I understand that. I get that. And it brings me to an important point. And that is that to have faith means that you have to trust in something or someone. That's what faith is about. Faith is about trust. And trust is about building faith. It's kind of a snowball effect. When we get faith, we trust more. When we trust more, we get more faith. It grows and grows. And let me give you an example of that. Our Bible story for this Sunday, it comes from John 11, verses 1 to 48. It's right there. And it's way too long for me to read out to you. So let me give you the gist of it. Basically, you might remember Jesus had some friends, 2 sisters and a brother, Mary and Martha and Lazarus. And Lazarus became ill. Jesus was far away, so they sent a message. Can you come and do something for poor Lazarus, because he's really sick? Well, Jesus came, but he was a little late getting there, because by the time Jesus got there, Lazarus had been dead for 4 days. 4 days dead. And needless to say, the 2 sisters of Lazarus were a little bit more than upset, because not only had they lost someone very special to them, now they also had other worries and concerns on their mind, because back in Jesus' day, someone in Lazarus' position as the male of the household, they were the one who brought in the income. They handled finances. Now what were the sisters to do? Where would their income be from? How would they handle household things that Lazarus had taken care of? Was their life ever going to be back to normal? In a lot of ways, those kinds of feelings are some of the ones we might have today. We don't know how long we're going to be practicing self-isolation. We don't know when we're going to get close physically close to our friends again. We have no idea how long this thing is going to last. We know it's going to end, but we don't know when. And that can cause us a lot of stress and worry. A lot of stress. Even more stress and worry than if I were to approach you in the woods one day and say, hey, you want to cut some wood with me? I want to try this thing out. Yeah, that's a lot of stress and worry. What we want to remember, though, is that the story of Lazarus didn't end with Jesus coming and he was dead. If you read through it yourself, right here, what you find is that the sisters, they both told Jesus they had faith in him, that, yeah, he could heal people. They knew that. But Jesus was going to take them one step further. And so he went to where the tomb was, and he yelled out for Lazarus to come out of there. And Lazarus did. He came out of the tomb. He was alive. And I know that's even more amazing than a bidirectional chainsaw. It is. It really is. It also makes a point for us. It makes a point for us that this is how God can be at times. Because I know sometimes we feel our prayers aren't being answered, and we might wonder why that is. Why are things not going the way we'd hoped they'd go? But what we want to remember, and we're showing in this story, is that God has times when we just have to wait a bit because something a lot better is going to come out of it. And this story is an example of how Jesus gets us to trust a little more and to gain a little more faith with every step, with every time we see something good happening to us. So while I don't know when this virus is going to come to an end and things are going to go back to what we might think they should be, but in the meantime and afterwards, look for all the blessings in your life that allow you to trust more and gain more faith in God. We'll see you next week.